Oh my god. I was legit talking to myself. I totally forgot that that my mic program was not open. I totally forgot about that. Um, my bad. My bad, everyone. Um, yeah. So we are gonna be what the frick? Oh, I accidentally closed out one of the tabs. My bad. So we're just going to be working on pretty much the player's handbook, the archive registry, working on some stuff, pretty much like class abilities, specialty abilities, working on items, working on resources in the world of the game. So yeah, just going to be working on pretty much a lot of stuff. I think we might do some spell work as well. Maybe some magic items, potions, poisons, maybe. I haven't really done much work on any of them either, so definitely got to work on that stuff. But we're just chugging away at the player's handbook. We are just working on we're just working on editing things, we're working on adding things, because there are some classes still with abilities left to be made. So like I think monk and Fifthros need abilities. I don't think so. Mostly monk. We did make a lot of some progress on the Hosai, so let's go to the Hosai. So yeah, so Hosai, we did quite a bit of work. We finally got the third specialty for them, which is the soporific, which has everything to do with sleep. So that's gonna be really, really fun. I'm really excited about that. We also revamped Apothecary, and we're kind of editing the Plague Doctor, kind of, sort of, not really. So, really, really looking forward to that. Okay. Cool. Just wanted to check on something. That's what I wanted to do. Cool. Alright. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure and stuff. So, that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing. Let's just jump right into it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Okay. Man, I love having this mic. It's the HyperX one. All I have to do is just tap on the top and it just mutes myself. I love it. I don't even have to look at OBS and click the mute button. I can just tap it. So, I don't even need the mute button on my Stream Deck. I can just tap my mic. It's so much fun. It's so easy. Man, I feel like all mics need something like that. You just tap a button on the mic and it just mutes. Not all mics have that, which is a shame. All right, so we got 4 AP done. Good. 2 AP, which is good. Oh, bit of an update is we are gonna be getting rid of bonus actions, in the sense that we're gonna have action chances. What that means is you will have a specific amount of times that you can attempt to do something. We're going to do 4 to start with, and then when the playtest happens, we might shrink it down or we might increase that amount. I think 4 is a good sweet spot. Now, the road that I'm going to take with that is if you use all 4 and you use all of your speed, then you won't be able to take a reaction. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. But I think what might happen is if you just, so long as you have speed, you can take a reaction, even if you use up all 4 of your action chances. Again, this depends on the playtest and how well that goes. And that's if people even use a reaction to begin with. There are reactions that everyone has. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, the Runai we definitely have to work on as well, and so is the Aethera. Let's see. Anything here? Anything. Where the hell did I put it? Where did I put reactions? Oh yeah, this was also something that we got to work on is tools. So we're going to be making a list of tools. Everything's going to be rearranged and organized again when we put everything on the final paper. So a lot of it's going to be reorganized. Here, reactions. So there's things like an open attack, which means when you try to leave the attack range of an enemy, or let me rephrase that. You try to leave the melee attack zone, which allows them to basically get a chance to hit you. It's actually an auto hit, and they just roll for damage. So it's not like an opportunity attack. It's more like they just automatically hit you because you're trying to leave them. I might reword this to basically be like, if you basically run away, then they will get an auto hit and they roll for damage, versus you're trying to like maybe dance around them, kind of reposition yourself around them within the range. That's totally fine. I think that still works. Block is also a reaction, dodge, and parry. These are going to be reactions that are that I think might actually be used, because that there are shields in the game, and there are 3 classes of shields. There's going to be small, medium, and large, each with like their own benefits and downsides. So for blocking, so here it says, this occurs only when a creature wielding a shield is targeted and successfully hit by a weapon attack. Taking this action, the creature must succeed by rolling an athletics save, gonna reword that, equal to or greater than the attacker's hit roll. On a success, the damage is negated and the shield takes 1 damage mark. On a fail, you take +2 additional damage. I might reword this to basically be, if you have a shield that is functional, that is not destroyed, then you can block with it. Obviously, if you don't have a shield, you can't take this, you cannot take this action. You could take the parry action if you have a weapon in your, main hand or whatever. As long as you have a weapon, you can take the parry action. And no matter what, anyone can take the dodge action, so long as they don't have any states or buffs or debuffs that would prevent them from taking the dodge action. So And the dodge action is literally does what you think it might do. So, they basically try to get out of the way of an attack, and they have to roll to get out of that way. If they succeed, their armor takes 1 mark of damage. And yes, armor and shields, because shields count as armor as well, they also count as weapons, have a damage mark limit. What that means is they will only be able to absorb amount of damage for a set amount before they're destroyed, broken, and they need to be repaired. Now, the good part about repairing and maintaining your armor and weapons is that you get buffs from it. The buffs could be like a +1 to armor, a +1 to damage, maybe even a +2 to damage and a +2 to armor. So there's always benefits from, maintaining your stuff. Again, you don't have to do that. You don't have to go with that kind of rule for the game. You don't really have to go for a lot of rules in this game. But these are some rules to kind of bring a fresh take to TTRPG, adventuring, and combat and whatnot. So yeah, we're not going to have bonus actions. Basically, bonus actions are going to be mixed into the action group, and they are all just called primary actions. So there's only 2 categories of what you can do besides your free move, is basically primary action and reaction, which I think really eases the tension. And that way people aren't like, oh shit, I forgot I had a bonus action. Well, now it's just you just have a primary action, and you have 4 action chances on your turn to do whatever you want, to do whatever you can. And so long as you have speed and you haven't used up all your speed, you can do a reaction. Also, if you have the right equipment, you can do a reaction. So, no need to worry about that. Did I also put... I'm wondering if... if I put it here, did I? Wait, is this the armor section? Okay, so this is the armor section. So yeah, so here are the shields. Small shield, you get like stealth and a +2 to dodge reactions. These are like your advantages and whatnot. You like for medium shield and large shield, you can absorb twice. They can be used twice or 3 times to absorb powerful strikes, and also breath attacks, which I think is going to be really, really cool. Did I not put it here? Huh. I guess I didn't. I think it's in the other book. Yeah, I think it's in here. Where is it? Where is it? Oh yeah, we have to get rid of this part for spells. Yeah, we're gonna have to, we'll take this out here. Yeah. So, this is gonna be the fun part. So now, because there are no bonus actions, casters... I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna be right back. Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, what I was saying was, because there aren't any bonus actions, and them are doing action chances, this means that casters can actually now cast spells more frequently. Some people might think that this is OP, but I think it just makes sense, and the combat flow is now more mainstream, and it just flows better. So I think that's just nice. It's just really, really nice. And it limits the amount of times that someone can attack or do anything on their turn. That way, a non-caster isn't going 18 times, so rolling 18 dice, and then rolling 24 for damage, which I think is bullshit. As a GM, or even as another player, why the hell am I waiting for you to roll that many fucking times? It's stupid. Reaction spells good, time spells nice, round spells good. Cool. Where did I put it? Here. So casting while wearing armor. You can cast while wearing armor. So if you are a sorcerer, if you are any kind of caster that might stereotypically be a squishy, that's no longer the case for the game. You can be a heavily armored caster and just start blasting, or be supportive, or have a wide range of utility. You can do that. However, here we're thinking about reducing the spell save to 9, or reduce it by 9. I'm not too sure what is gonna happen. I don't even know if I'm gonna have a penalty for it. I honestly don't know. And I just never really understood why that was the case. Again, it's probably going back to the whole idea that people think that casters would be too OP. And I would say for most TTRPGs, they're not. Even if they're able to like sling spells and that kind of shit, I would still say there are classes that just are more powerful than them by far. Mostly rogue. Mostly rogue, and yeah, just fucking rogues, man. I love them, but God, are they OP? Jesus. Combining spells, which is fun. So, for the player's handbook, what am I looking at? Am I looking at the... Yeah, this is the Runai. We have done fuck all for the Runai. That has not been shown some love at all. Which is my bad. That's on me. Yeah, it's on me. That's totally my fault. I was mostly focusing on the healer because we were having a conniption on whether if the healer should still be a thing. So, yeah. There is a part of me that just wants to get rid of a spendable resource for non-caster classes like Barbarian, Monk, and Warlord. I don't know if I want to get rid of them. I honestly don't. I can understand why people would want the barbarian to still have a resource, that resource being rage or some form of rage. But I feel like I could just keep that to an ability, and not have it be a spendable resource. In the sense of like mana points or spell slots or anything like that. I just don't know. But for the monk, you're going pretty decent. Pretty decent. We still need one more ability for 2 AP category. And definitely gonna have to like, I don't know if I want to keep this ability or not. I don't know. When a creature within 5 feet of you misses an attack, you may use your reaction to make an attack against them. Additionally, if another creature is within 5 feet of that one, you may attack them without needing to roll. I mean, that sounds good for maybe a ranged monk, you know, or even a monk that's up close and personal, so just really useful all around. But how could I make it better? How can I make it more versatile? How could I make it more versatile? We could have something, we could have it kind of start differently, and then we could give it an upgrade for the cost of maybe 6 ability points. We could probably do something like that. Damn, I'm not too sure. I am not too sure. That is very interesting. I wonder if something is broken on Discord. Apparently that's what Biff and the others are saying. I don't really see an issue. Is anyone else having an issue with Discord? Really having an issue other than my Discord saying I have 2 notifications, even though that's a fucking lie. It's fucking weird. Interesting. That is fucking weird. peculiar. Okay. Weird. Alright, so... damn. Damn. If we go the route of having, like, a start ability, and then have an upgrade part, the route that I'm thinking of, basically, still something like this, but we would specify it a bit more. So, instead of it saying... Okay, so we did specify, okay, I don't know how I fucking missed that. But we would allow it to then, we could then, increase it. To be like... We could then increase it to basically being when a creature, within 20 feet of you misses an attack, you may use your reaction to make an attack against them. So, but I feel like for this, we would have to edit to be, you can make a melee attack against them, because a ranged attack would not work. It wouldn't, not within 5 feet of them. So, and then we can increase this to then be, if another creature is within 10 feet, and then make it be like, if there's another creature 10 feet from that one, you can then attack. So now you're really trying to chain attacks, really, which is really nice. And because that this is an ability, it counts as one action chance. So I feel like that could be really, really fun. You know, and if it's too powerful, we can then reduce it to be like, this costs 2 action chances. So I think that'd be a good way to go about it. So I'm gonna rewrite it. Or actually, no, we won't have to. Attack against them. Additionally, if another creature is within 5 feet of that one, you may attack them without needing to roll. Here's the thing. Do we say they won't need to roll to hit, they just roll for damage? Or, we could probably say, if the creature's within 5 feet of that one, has an armor equal to or below the initial attack roll, just roll for damage. Maybe we can write it like that. Additionally, if another creature is within 5 feet, that one, and has armor equal to or below your attack roll, you may attack them only rolling for damage. I say we could leave it like this and not make it be like you can attack another person. I feel like if it's just you can attack one additional person with this ability, I feel like that's good enough. I feel like that's good enough. And then we could do maybe 6 AP. The reason why I'm having it at 6 AP is because when you spend ability points, you obviously go back down to 0. You go back down to 0 AP because you're spending. So I think 6 AP is good enough. And there is going to be a limit as to how many ability points you can have. Or that you can spend. So I believe the limit was 33 or 32. I think that was the limit. Obviously it might change. So yeah. Increase range to when a creature uses an attack, you make your reaction to an attack against them. Additionally, if another creature is within, we'll say 20 feet, or maybe 15 feet. 15 feet of them. I think if another creature's at 15 feet, yeah, it's better writing. And has armor. Again, because we're not saying armor class, we're just saying armor. Your initial attack roll, then you may attack them only rolling for damage. I think that's good. I think it's a cool one. I think this is gonna be really cool. The problem is I don't know what to name it. I don't know what to name it. I just don't. But now we have 3. So now we have 3 normal abilities for the 4 AP section, which means we just need to do 1 more Hellblade specialty ability and 2 for Spirit Warrior. We still got to do a 3rd specialty for the Monk. I don't know what to do for it. I really don't. God, that's such a pain. Anyone else having to deal with the heat? Or just like any kind of heat right now? Because I can't stand the heat. I hate it. I really, really do. It doesn't even matter if it's like a dry heat or a humid heat. I just fucking hate the heat. I can't stand it. Even if it's like 90 degrees or 80 degrees, I hate it. I love the cold. I prefer it to be really cold. So, like, even if it's like 60 degrees out, I'll still have the AC. I'll still put on the AC. Like, I do not care. What the fuck is my mom sending me? God damn it. God damn it. Alright. Right. I like this. Okay, so got to do 1 more. So let me just copy this. just put that like there. And then let me just put that there. So yeah, again, things are going to be reorganized later on when we move everything over. So yes. Cool part is I'm not using Adobe shit. I decided to get rid of Adobe because I can't stand their shit. I just can't. You know. Okay. What to do? So we got Breakpoint, we got Sacred Dow, Dual Wielded Depth. We do have to do... Oh yeah, okay, so... We got this one, which is kind of like a raining fire down ability. What if, and then we have this one. I might move this to 4 AP and change it up a bit. Oh, I'm gonna have to write that. I'm gonna have to explain that. Shit. I'm gonna have to explain that. Basically, what this would mean, dealing maximum damage of your weapon, would be, so basically for armor determines your damage value for your weapon. Okay. So, let's see, so I can go all the way to armor. So, armor chooses your weapon. So, this means like piercing, bludgeoning, slash. There's also gonna be tear and cleave, which is gonna be really, really fun. But basically so here are the key terms. So, great means the person that's being attacked takes less damage. Good means taking average damage, D6, and then weak means D8. Now, this is going to scale over time. And the max damage is the weak one. So D8, it's the highest one. That is the max damage. So, let's put the end. Value is the maximum weapon is the max weapon damage. Boom. There. Simple. So there we go. Let's do that. Boom. So for that monk ability, let's go to it. Scroll. So for this means it's going to turn their armor weak to the monk's weapon. So that means it'll do a D8 worth of damage. So it'll do 8 damage. So that would mean it does 8 radiant damage now. There we go. Okay. What else? What else? That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be really, really fun. Physical form towards and changes service on the choice and the two elements of your choice and life effects. Additionally, all creatures that look upon you must succeed a 16th save or become horrified. It's gonna be fun. That's gonna be really, really fun. I still like this. I do like this. We might make this the Spirit Warrior ability. I think that could be good. I think that could be really, really nice. Damn, I don't know. It really does. It looks fucking ugly. God. Oh, man. Alright. Alright. Focus. So what could be another cool ability for the Hellblade at 4 AP for a cost of 4 AP? Maybe maybe a bit of Defy Gravity, maybe can walk on vertical surfaces and upside down, maybe, I think. Gain a climb speed. I think that could be nice. I think that'd be very, I think that could be used as as demonic and whatnot. I think it'd be really, really nice. Wait, should it? Yeah, why not? Gain climb speed equal to 3 speed. Allowing you to walk along vertical surfaces and upside down. If the surface is considered difficult terrain, it does not affect your overall speed. Affect your climb speed. Okay, what would we name it? What would we name it? Uh... I don't know. I really don't know what I would name it, honestly. Shit. I do like this. I wonder if I should add more to it, though. Maybe allowing the person to walk through solid objects as big as 10 feet? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I think that could be interesting. You're able to walk through solid objects as big as... maybe 10 feet? I'd say 10 feet. And can even occupy its space. However, as thick as 10 feet, it can even occupy its space. Yeah, its space. Without the cost of additional I don't really need to write that. You're able to walk through solid objects as big as 10 feet, can even occupy its space. Space. Ooh, while occupying its space, your sight becomes, what was it? Where was it? No, that's not it. That's not it. Where is it? Where are the senses? No. 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 Project I guess not. Oh, excuse me. occupying its space, your site becomes... Does it? Your site becomes echolocation and I think that's pretty cool. I think that could be really cool. Allowing you to detect things even when you can't use your sight to see. Yeah, I think that's cool. I wonder if we should have this be also an upgrade similar to this one. I wonder if we should. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, if we leave it like this, we can kind of narrow down the naming convention for it. Kind of like I was thinking like possessor or something. Ooh, that could be a higher level ability for the Hellblade. Possessing. You could possess objects, maybe even people, like other creatures. That could be a cool higher end ability. Oh, that'd be really, really nice. Maybe a 10 one, maybe a AP 10. Why not? I think that could be really, really cool. We can name this one Possessor. Or maybe after like a ghost thing. I don't know. Possessor, maybe is that how you would spell it? I wonder if that's how you spell it, right? Oh no, it's I did not spell that right at all. That's how you would spell it. I was about to create a new word. Oh my god, it's so true. Yeah. The amount of times thing will break down for no fucking reason. Jesus Christ. Talking about a Cybertruck. Yeah, some person at my college has a Cybertruck. I'm like, dude, really? Like, that's what you want to spend your money on? Like, okay, I guess. Okay. And I know it's not a professor because there is dedicated professor parking that is much closer to the fucking buildings. Like, God. Why? Then again, I see students with fucking Lamborghinis and Ducatis and shit. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? In this economy, you want to spend your fucking money on that? Okay. Go for it. Make that decision. Like, okay, do you? Why not? Possessor. But now, though, because the wording might sound like it should be the spirit warrior, but I guess the two are very similar in the sense. The spirit warrior being a more neutral, good aspect of the Hellblade. The Hellblade kind of being this more Punisher style kind of like this antithesis to, you know, where it's like doing bad things for a good reason, you know, but maybe a bit of selfish needs and selfish tendencies. Why not? So I feel like that could be good. I feel like that's totally nice. Let's see. How do I want to word this? Maybe like able to I don't want to say telekinetic. I feel like that's not really within the whole theme and style of the Hellblade. You know, because what I think of when I say when someone says possession, it feels like the spirit actively going into something, which, yes, is something that this ability will do, but at the same time, it'll also allow to control, maybe that could be a weaker version, would be like to control objects from a distance, and then the stronger one being can actively take control, can take over another creature's body. I feel like creature's body. So long as they are a size larger than you. And aren't I have to write that one. They are one size larger than you, aren't would I say in the indigo threat tier? Or yeah. indigo, threat level, tier, and you succeed like a 15 save. I don't know what I would call it. Or we could do a contested check instead of a save. A contested skill check. If the creature is unaware of if the creature hasn't detected you, then you gain advantage on. Or maybe if the creature hasn't detected you, then maybe you can just take control, like you just do. Why not? Automatically succeed the contested skill check. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. And then for like maybe 6 AP, we could do like a weaker version, which is just controlling objects to do whatever. I feel like that'd be a nice thing to do. Not sure what to call it. Objects. Objects to move suddenly or continuously take control of objects that you can see to move suddenly or continuously. Aren't restrained. Over. Let's see here. Maybe that isn't over 100 pounds. Maybe that's a good other limitation. Maybe. 100 pounds. We'll say 100 pounds. 100 pounds. Pounds the object and only move. Why does it look like that? I don't even know why the hell it looks like that. That was weird. The object can only move a distance. Can only move. Yeah. Once the object is out of sight, you can no longer control it. I think this is gonna be super fucking cool. I think it's gonna be super fun. So you can no longer control it. I think that's good. I think it's fucking good. I'm liking this. I'm liking this Hellblade. Oh, great. Gardner showed up. So, there might be some background noise. Hopefully there isn't. I did put a noise filter on here, so hopefully there's no background noise. If there is, I apologize. Excuse me. What to do? What to do? Trying to think of what other cool abilities for maybe a spirit warrior. Damn, I'm trying to think. What are some cool representation of like a spirit warrior? Damn, I'm trying to think. Crap. Thought Yu-Gi-Oh had something. Maybe like some kind of like cards that look like something. Um. That use spirits. Maybe an ability that allows the monk to communicate, or I guess see like a spirit realm or something. I'm not too sure. Damn. I'm trying to think. Damn. Trying to. Maybe we'll come back to it. I think we'll come back to it. Let's actually check. Let's check on the rune eye. Okay, so what do we have here? The summoner, so to speak. An illusionist. And kind of like a damage dealer kind of thing. Order of the Sound. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay. Will only be able to take primary actions. You can use your use an action chance. I'll reword that. Or a reaction to give them a simple command to perform. Its armor is 5. And has an HP equal to the amount of the HP sacrificed. Okay, cool. Oh god, we really haven't done anything for this class. Oh shit. Holy crap. Oh my god, we really haven't done anything. Fuck. So, damn. The idea behind this was someone that is a summoner, illusionist, bit of a damage dealer. Okay, so you can consume a rune to give your unarmed attacks a range of 10 feet. I like that. Alright, you can tear open a medium-sized hole in reality to grab a creature you can see within 30 feet. That's the same size or smaller. If the creature sees you perform this action, then you must succeed a contested grapple check. Such the creatures pull through, and you have grappled. Okay. What else could we do for 2 AP of the rune eye? Conjure constructs marked by the same creature. The creature's respective monster sheet and creatures can be at most 40 feet away from you. What are the same creature marked by the respective monster sheet in the archive registry? Oh, okay. So I think it was like some yellow tiered constructs that are the same creature. Okay. I don't know why that stumped me for so long. I don't know. My bad. I was like, what was I trying to say? Okay. Let's take a small break. Let's take a small break for whatever you need. Restroom, food, water, whatever you need. Get up and stretch. Drink some water. Get some food. I'm gonna get some food. And we will be back in like 10 minutes. Alright? Take care of yourself. BRB. Alright. We are back. For a bit more. Okay. So, I don't know if I showed it before. So here are all the spells. There will be more added. Also we gotta change some that are like, bonus action and whatnot. Gotta change those. And then, okay. So here's something. So here's what some of the other plans are, is making potions and poisons, but also some magical items and whatnot. We also have curses, because Vithros does have stuff to do with curses. And I think they're always really fun, and they could be different than debuffs and other stuff. But the cool part is, like, there's an actual, like whole, like, cooking instructions and creation instructions for potions and poisons, where you can go and you can find ingredients and whatnot. You can have these be for quest items and other things, like maybe an apothecary needs some ingredients to make their health potions, and they're all out. So the adventurers have to go out and find stuff, and they could collect some of these and, you know, maybe gather enough healing potions to give to their Hosai, if they do have one on their team, to make their own and get some of their own health potions and other stuff, which I think could be really cool. Here are some side effects. So that's also another thing that I'm introducing, is side effects for potions and poisons. Yes, poisons would have a side effect. Side effect being like paralysis, slow, incapacitation, blinded, deafened, maybe even turned to stone. Death, obviously, big side effect for poisons. But I wanted side effects for potions as well, to kind of balance out that whole dilemma that we had in the past, which was, should we have a dedicated healer, or should we just give healing abilities to classes and also just have health potions and other stuff? Well, here are side effects to potions and taking a lot of potions. So, like, here's one which is like, those taking liquid health too often may suffer mild discomfort such as nausea, soreness, vomiting, vertigo, deja vu, disadvantage on concentration skill checks, and saves, concentration spells, and a minus 10 feet decrease to speed. And then here's like, prolonged use of liquid health may induce the 6th state, fatigue debuff, unconsciousness, incapacitate state, deafened state, blinded state, paralyzed state, poison debuff, burning debuff, unable to cast concentration spells, and a minus 4 penalty on all skill checks and saves. May also develop an immunity to liquid health. So now this healing potion has no effect. That could be another consequence, another side effect, which could be really cool. Excuse me. Again, these are all optional. Everything in this game is an optional rule. But I feel like having this addition to a system offers a more clear set of consequences for actions, instead of a GM having to figure stuff out. Now, have GMs used something like this in their games? Most likely, yes. However, there's also a likelihood that they didn't, because it would just take too much time to remember shit, and would kind of be meaningless to their campaign or to their game group as they don't focus on that sort of stuff. Because most groups aren't very hardcore, you know, item managing, ability managing, all that other stuff. You know, where they have to sleep for this many hours, and they have to eat, and they have to drink water, they have to do a bunch of other shit during, like, kind of like playing on survival mode. Some people don't do that. Some people, they're more carefree, loosey-goosey, do whatever the hell, which is totally fine. That's even written in, like, the archive registry, which is pick whatever playstyle you like. But I feel like this is still going to be something to have in your pocket, in your tool belt, especially instructions to making the potions and poisons, and then instructions for enchanting stuff and smithing and all that whatnot, where you can do this stuff during downtime. So instead of it just being like, oh, I take a long rest or a short rest. Well, it's like, okay, but you know, in the rules, a short rest is just doing something that's relaxing and therapeutic. So you could be doing this, you could be making potions as part of your short rest. A long rest would be most like would resort in like sleeping or meditating for some species. But I'm really excited about that. Got a lot of things to really go for. Like these are some ideas for potions and poisons, elixirs and whatnot. Really gotta start working on all this stuff. But I actually want to focus more on the resources here, which is the trees, plants, and fungus, minerals, all that stuff. So that's what I'm gonna be mostly focusing on, because a lot of fungus and plants are used in potions and poisons. So I gotta figure out those things first, and then start working on potions and poisons. You know, and like their ingredient in the instructions and possible side effects and all that stuff. So, damn, I really can't think of anything. I can't really. Damn. I don't know why I'm drawing blanks, like just writer's block. 'Cause I know that I want it to be. I know I want the Runai to be this conjurer and illusionist. Oh man. Shit. I'm probably gonna have to like look up some books and games that have unique takes on conjuration and illusion. Damn. Because when I was thinking with the Runai, it was kind of like combining like Loki and Doctor Strange in terms of more of their, you know, illusion magic and conjuration magic. Not so much offensive magic. So, you have to really think about that. So, I believe we also have the sorcerer to go. The sorcerer to do stuff. Oh god, yeah, we really gotta like do something with this. This is a lot of abilities for 2. Shit. Necromancer had like the most. I will admit, Necromancer received some favoritism. Because when I was working on Necromancer, what yeah. No worries, no worries. Hope work is going well, whatever that might be. So when I was writing out like Necromancer's base class ability, which is wait, this isn't even Necromancer, that's Vithros. Where the heck is that's Sorcerer? Oh man, I was scrolling the wrong way. Okay, so Necromancer. Vithros also got a lot of love and attention too. Vithros and Necromancer were really two peas in a pot when it comes to favoritism. So for Necromancer, there wasn't originally Monk, Warlord, and even Barbarian weren't gonna get a spendable resource. So like Monk wasn't gonna get anything like Chi or Ki, however you want to pronounce it. Barbarian wasn't gonna get Rage, or it would, but Rage would be more of an ability in the sense that they could activate it maybe like equal to amount of the instinct bonus, or it just activates whenever they take damage, or they can activate it at the start of combat and last for 2 rounds or something like that. But it wasn't going to be a spendable resource like mana points or spell slots. When Necromancer was being drafted, I had this idea that it would be cool for Necromancer to actually play like a Necromancer. So I thought of the idea of what if whenever a creature died or the Necromancer kills a creature, they take their soul and could use their soul to use abilities and to cast spells. So that was the whole idea behind them. And then versus other casters where they could only use their spellcasting resource to just cast spells and not use any abilities, which might happen in the long run. We might just make that be the case, and Necromancer's the only one that could use their spellcasting resource as a ability use resource, which would be really cool. I think that might happen. I don't know for sure. I do like the idea of the Monk having some kind of spendable resource. When it comes to Warlord, I'm not too sure. I don't really think that Warlord should have one. In terms of a theme and like the whole grand design of stuff, I just don't see it fitting the playstyle per se. But I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong, and people end up enjoying it, or they prefer for each class to have some kind of spendable resource. Totally fine. But as far as it goes, the only 2 classes that I ever thought of giving a spendable resource for abilities and spells was Necromancer and the Vithros. The Vithros being this game's version of a Warlock. I'm not too sure. Because from the very beginning, the idea was to allow casters to use the Arcana skill. We don't have those skills anymore. You can make up your own skill and have that be your skill. But the idea was to allow casters to utilize the Arcana skill or their skill in magic to do things that like the prestidigitation spell would do, detect magic and all that stuff, which is why those spells are not in the game. They're not spells. You can just do it as a caster because it just makes sense. I don't know why the hell you need to cast a spell to detect magic when you've spent your whole life studying magic and probably know what it feels like when someone casts a spell or there's magic in the air or something like that. Pun intended on that part. So that's kind of the reason why I said casters should really utilize their skill to just freely cast, like, you know, I want to make myself smell like roses, or light a torch. That can happen without needing to have a spell in your inventory being like, oh, lighter, and you can light torches and dumb shit. You know, funny enough, there is a spell called Ember that similarly acts like that to a degree. We'll even scroll up to it. Man, I forgot how many spells I put in this game, and I still gotta put more. I hate myself. Alright, Ember, yeah. Yeah, Ember, it basically does red hot embers and smoke trail off your hands, giving off 10 feet of dim light originating from you. If you touch a flammable object, it catches fire, starting as a small fire, then grows over time. So, there. Kind of like this base spell, because I thought it'd be really cool to have, to pretty much evolve, or I guess magnify spells from something small to something big. Mostly it's for elemental spells, but there's going to be some other spells that could evolve and whatnot. So, but yeah, like, damn. I really don't know if I want it to only be two caster classes out of, like, I think there's like 6 that can use their spellcasting resource to do abilities. I don't know, and again, players might like it, so they're just it's gonna stay what it is for now, until there's a large group of people that say, nah, screw it, just only let Necromancer and Vithros have that kind of unique ability. So, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I totally forgot, like, Vithros had a lot of stuff at 2 AP. What did I do for Sorcerer? Alright. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm getting a call. So, BRB again. Okay, back. Just had a it was a call with my dad. He's struggling with Baldur's Gate 3. Honestly, like, if you're not struggling with Baldur's Gate 3, I would think that you are not human. Like, I'd want to see your dice. If you're not struggling with Baldur's Gate, I want to see your dice. I want to see what the hell you're using. Okay. Oh, this is sorcerer. Yes, sorcerer. What was it? Okay, so we got Sentinel, Elemental, and Weaver. Oh, that's right. We're doing an Elemental for sorcerer, which is gonna be super fun. I actually like that. I kind of totally forgot that we were doing hydro spells, but I'm super glad that we are. Okay. Oh, okay. So we got so 2 AP is done for that. Still gotta do 4, 6. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Let's go back to Monk. Okay, so we're already here. Damn, I'm trying to figure out what would be some cool abilities for a Spirit Warrior Monk. Because we already did some pretty good shit. For the Hellblade Monk. And the interesting part is that the Hellblade Monk and the Spirit Warrior Monk, they're kind of like polar opposites, because the Hellblade is where it's like the demonic, fiendish, evil supernatural hunter, versus the Spirit Warrior is more focused with connecting and protecting the spirit world, where if it would fantasy tropes today would be like the Feywild, nymphs, dryads, wisps. I'm trying to think of other stuff. So all that stuff from Celtic and Scandinavian folklore and whatnot, which I'm liking a lot. I actually didn't even plan for this to happen. I didn't even plan for them to be polar opposites. Originally, the Spirit Warrior was... The funny thing about the Spirit Warrior was, like, I made it... Originally, there was a third specialty, and it was gonna be based on, like, Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyans. That's literally what the idea was, and I was like, nah, this is bullshit. I'm not doing this. So I canceled it, and I was like, you know what? We're just gonna focus on 2 specialties for now. But yeah, so to kind of reiterate for anyone that's joining in now, we came up with a few ideas for the Hellblade. One of the ideas was they would get a climb speed that would allow them to walk along vertical surfaces and upside down on those surfaces like a ceiling and whatnot. And they could also walk through solid objects as thick as like 10 feet, so kind of like boulders and whatnot. And they would be able to detect things while inside those solid objects, like kind of like echolocation and whatnot. And the other abilities, we basically said we are giving them that they could possess small objects, and that are like 100 pounds. And later on, they would be able to possess and take control over other creatures that are one size bigger than them or smaller, and that aren't in the indigo threat level tier. So I think that'd be really, really cool. And what else? What else did we do? Oh yeah, we also changed one other thing. It's not a specialty ability, but it's it offers more maneuverability through combat, where you can kind of like bounce between enemies, dealing damage. So I think it's gonna be really fun. But I'm wondering what else to do for the Spirit Warrior and just for the class itself. Shit. We could make this 10 AP ability a Spirit Warrior ability to kind of fit the theme of good and protector of the spirits and whatnot, the Omamori. We could do that, which isn't a bad idea. I feel like that'd be a good idea. What if, so what if for a high ability, like 12 AP or 10, what if we have an ability for the Spirit Warrior that can basically allows the monk player to turn into a spirit for a brief moment. I think that could be cool. I think that could be interesting. But if we do that, let's see. If I can grab my notebook really quick. So, if we do go with that ability, allowing them to turn into a spirit. We'll just name it for now spirit form. I guess. What would they be able to do? I'm thinking maybe they can maybe they're always invisible. They can go through solid objects. They can float a specific amount of height, so not really fly. Even though they would gain the fly speed, but they would only be able to be at a certain height. You know, let's see. You are invisible. Let's see here. Fly speed, we'll say, we'll say, sorry, that was just my ring. Maybe a fly speed equal to normal speed, but you can only be, the height can only be at about 10 feet. 10 feet, maybe 15 feet, maybe. What do y'all think? 15 feet or 20 feet for height? So that they can maybe like float between levels of a building. I think maybe like or maybe like 10 feet or 15 feet. Maybe 15 feet? Maybe? We'll start at 15 feet for now. Okay, so you are invisible, have a fly speed equal to speed, but only at a height up to 15 feet. Let's see, what else? What else can we do? We'll say can pass through solid objects as thick as 10 feet. I think that's all right. highest thing is 10 feet. Why not? Oh yeah. Immune to charm effects and only radiant, and I think we called it void damage. Was it void or miasma? I think it was void. No, it was miasma. Okay. Okay, so we have, for this ability, you are invisible, have a fly speed equal to speed, but only at a height up to 15 feet, can pass through solid objects as thick as 10 feet, immune to charm effects and only radiant and miasma damage can harm you. What else? I'm trying to think. What else? What else could be good for this ability? I mean, I think it's a pretty good start for now. We will just label it as what else did we? Astral Aerial Strike. Maybe Spirit Self. I honestly have no idea what to name it. Maybe we'll allow it for maybe like twice a day. Visible. Twice per day. Twice per day before needing a long rest, shed your physical form, becoming a spirit. You are invisible. we'll say maybe... Do we want to go for 1 minute or 10 minutes? Do we want it to last for a minute? 10 minutes? Well, what would fit the theme and play style? You know what? We'll do 10 minutes. Invisible and can be detected by mystic sense. Is that what it's called? I think it's called mystic sense. Yeah. Or abilities that allow the creature to see undead, to see apparitions. Okay. Have a fly speed equal to base speed, but only at a height up to 15 feet. Can pass through solid objects as big as 10 feet. Immune to charm effects, or we'll say immune to charmed, and miasma. Damage can harm you. I think that's like a good start. I think it's a pretty damn good start for this one. Damn. Well, I think this was a, this was a good effort. I think this was pretty damn good. I think we'll stop here for now. That way I don't burn myself out like I did the last time I was working on this. And we will do another live stream workshop. I have no idea what it would be. Basically, we'll be back. We'll chill. We'll play. We'll play a bit with the whole concepts of ideas and whatnot, especially for the monk. Mess around with other things as well, some rules, abilities, and class features for other classes, and maybe we'll work on some spells, magic items, and potions and poisons. I think that could be fun. I think that'd be really, really cool. But anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Mossy, for being here and lurking. I appreciate that. Thank you to anyone who's lurking, you know, and enjoying the vibes. Remember, have some water, get some food, stretch, take care of yourselves. And yeah, I will see you all in the next live stream. Para Viking. Skål!